Alright, today is March 15th, 2023, 10:53 a.m. on the East Coast of the USA. So, today I'm going to be describing how the indicator is supposed to be used, how I use it, and how you may be able to use it yourself in conjunction with the other trading styles that you may have, whether that be ICT, supply and demand, or support and resistance. Whichever one you feel comfortable using the system with as your entry signal, then that's what it's for. The indicator is primarily supposed to be used for looking for entries in the spots that you desire, and you would get in once you see them. So there are three variations of the indicator, and your job is to test which indicators fit you the best and which indicators make you feel most comfortable with your system. Some of these you can use as a primary system with a little bit of support and resistance, and you should be fine. That's what I've been doing. You don't need Fibonacci, to be honest with you, unless that's just something you want to add. With some supply and demand or support and resistance, you should be able to use this indicator just fine. So, give me 1 second. Let me remove this. Hold on. I don't want to delete the wrong thing. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go to the indicator tab. After you've got your membership, you're going to go to the indicator tab, and the first variation is Altura 1 or Uno, right? So here's the first one. You gotta wait for it to load. So I am gonna work with another professional programmer to fix some of the problems on this indicator. So the first thing is, the first thing is the fact that sometimes it takes a while to load up because there's so many things in the lines of code. I honestly not even sure. I think it's like, I'd have to pull it up, but I think it's like 1,000 to 2,000 lines of code in it, which again takes a while for it to load up. So the first variation is this. So you will see double entries on these, and all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom and choose which ones you feel comfortable. So you have the weekly, daily low settings, daily high settings, 1 to 23 hour chart, low settings and high settings. So we're going to change that, and we're going to change the high, and we're just going to keep the low settings for this variation. And this version of the indicator is my favorite, and it is, to me, best used for if you're the type of person who likes getting in on the first candles. If you look at any of these are you're getting at the first reversal candles for the most part for most of these systems. And you know, as you get lower in the time frame, hold on, I hate when it does this. As you get lower on the time frame, you'll start to notice the same thing going lower and lower. And this is what I was talking about when I said sometimes it takes a while to load up. So here's the first one. This is a 4-hour time frame on GBP JPY, and again, these systems work across all markets. I've tested it on all markets. Options, obviously stocks, futures, commodities, anything you can think of. You should have no problem trading one out of the 3 of these indicators on it. So this system, again, like I said, is to help you get in as early as possible on the first to the first third candles available when it starts to retrace. Like here, this was 1, 2, 3, or 4 candles away, and then same thing here. This was 2 candles away from the reversal. So that's what the system is supposed to be used for. Now, the main problem that I'm trying to fix right now is the amount of entry signals that you can get when in consolidating markets, and that's why the third version of it, which kind of solves it. Now you will still have some of the same problems, but it definitely helps avoid the consolidating markets a little bit more. But again, like I said, this indicator is primarily supposed to be used for if you are a person that is okay continuing to take losses, if you want a higher risk to reward ratio. Like this right here, this was a 1 to 20 risk to reward, especially if you took it, or 1 to 15 with a 56 pip stop loss and a 800 pip target. And if you targeted even lower, then you're looking at a 1 to 19.22. Now, however, coming up into this zone, you would have taken one loss, which wouldn't have really been a loss. You probably would have likely still been in that trade, but let's say you just took that loss and you closed it for some reason, and then you got in here. Now, this is the problem. Problems like this right here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the 7th and final one, you would have won the entire trade. Now, a lot of these trades you can get out at break even, but the problem is again, you're having several trades when you're coming up into zones, which is why I've tried to make it sure that you're following the trend. You want to follow the trend when you're using this. Now, you can use it any way you want to. Again, it's an entry signal, so if you want to counter trend trade, this will help you with that. If you want to trade in the direction of the trend and wait for pullbacks, this will help you with that. Pullback here, you would have lost this one. You would have won this one, which would have been about 700 pips in 18 days, and then you would have, this is the daily chart, and then you would have lost this one, and then you would have came back and won this one. Why is it not loading up? And to the most recent highs, that would have been 935 pips in about 26 days, and then you could have come back down here with a maximum of 530, and then back up. Hold on, here we are. Back up to the highs, that would have been another 400 pips, and that's 5 days. And this is on the daily chart. So if you're able to use this to help you snipe even lower time frame trades, then that would be perfect. Matter of fact, I'll show an example of the first time I was developing this, how I used it. So we're going on a 1 hour time frame, and then we'll go back. And again, like I said, there are 3 variations, so this might be quite a long video, but it's necessary to make sure everybody somewhat understands how this is supposed to be used, so it's nobody can interpret this as misleading or disingenuous, because that's not something that I want to do. I want to make sure everybody understands what they're getting themselves into when you are purchasing a membership for this indicator. We'll talk about price at the end. It will be affordable, so that's not something you guys will have to worry about. Here it is. Alright, so this is around the time, I think 2022, at the start of 2022, I'd kind of finished developing the first iteration of it back at the end of 2021. So coming into 2022, I was looking to test it, and here's what I was talking about. This is the problem: having several losses going throughout it. So this is the same problem that I experienced, right? So I had one loss here, then I had a second loss, which I held through. I removed the stop loss, and it's another strategy that I practice and I've been doing, and which has allowed me to flip accounts successfully or semi-successfully. And there's a caveat to that: successfully or semi-successfully, which I'll discuss later on. I hedged through this. I held it, removed the stop loss, and just hedged my way. And then eventually I end up having to take re-entries, and then this came back, not stopped all of it out, but they were all closed around this point. And then I noticed it was rejecting off of the zone again on the 1 hour, so I went in for this entry. This is the exact entry that I got. And then I took, which is these red markers, I took even more trades to hold through. So I have to look back at the pictures. Excuse me. I will have to look back at the pictures, but I'm not even gonna try and say how much I was up at that time, because it was a $300 account or so. It started off as a $500 account, and the goal was to flip it. And then I was in drawdown, and then I ended up coming back into profit because of this trades. And then so here's what happened. So I was up pretty decently from what I remember, back into profit, and then I started to realize it was reversing. So it came back up into the zone, and I got out at all of them at break even, and I closed the last and final trade around here when it came up to here. And then, what do you know? I went to sleep the next morning. A friend of mine was staying over, and they had woke me up. It was like, hey, yo, go look at it or whatever. And then coming to realize that I had missed this whole move, and I would have been a part of, and that would have been the first, not the first successful, but that would have been the first successful flip with the strategy since I felt complete in finishing and backtesting it, right? So, it did what I said. It bounced off of the zone, consolidated for a little bit further, and then you would have gotten this trade, which would have been about 100 pips in 12 hours of me sleeping. So by the time I woke up, it was already too late, and I didn't feel comfortable getting into the trade. So I said, okay, well, this is a support zone, so I'm going to it was a support zone, I believe, off of either the daily or the 4-hour. So let's see. Hold on, where we at? Yeah, it was a support zone off of the daily right here. Let me pull it up a little bit further. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. It was a support zone off of the daily, so I felt that it was going to retrace slightly, and I could catch the move back up to the highs just to then get out. And I did. I got back in the trade with a very, very large lot size in comparison to the actual account size, right? So after I did that, it started to go against me, and again, I was trying to flip the account, so any losses that weren't immediately, or any trades that weren't kind of immediately going in my direction, I started to get out. So I ended up closing at break even or a small loss around here, and then after I did that, I walked away, stepped away from the chart, went to go get dinner, and then I come back and realized it came back up to the highs, literally rejected off of the zone, which I could have been a part of. Came back to the highs, about 68 pips in 22 hours, and then completely rejected, right? So at that point, I didn't take this trade, or at least I didn't take this trade. So I didn't take this trade, and where's the next one? Here it is. So then I was like, I stepped away because I was very frustrated, very upset, and I just took a little break. And then, I was just looking back, and I guess I could have taken this trade for about 280 pips, and then catching it to the upside, same thing. Eventually, when I came down, I said, all right, I'm not going to get back in the trade until it comes back into a zone where I respect, or, I see potential. So the first entry signal, I came back up. Excuse me. The first entry signal, I entered, right? After I entered, I started loss after loss, but again, like I said, I was hedging at that point. So I don't think it was this one, I think it was here. So I entered off of here. The first actual entry was off of here, and then what do you know? First thing it does, reject off of the zone and continues to go down about 80 pips, and I held through that hedge even as it came out all the way down here. I held through it, and then I started adding more trades. Okay, so I'm not quite sure why the whole 30 minutes of me recording that video, most of it was not recorded because I'm having a malfunction with my mic. I don't know what I was about to say, mouse. I'm having a malfunction with my mouse. However, I'm gonna have to reshoot the video and publish this a later date, but I'm gonna post what I currently have, and I'm gonna go through and edit that right now. So that being said, I will be doing a monthly membership for the indicator. For the first 10 people that are, gonna test it out and give me feedback, it's gonna be $50 a month. And after that first 10 people, it's gonna be $100 a month. And I'll be setting up discounts, so then that way, if you pay it all in full, if you pay 6 months of it, then you'll get obviously more of a discount. So yeah, that being said, I'm gonna set up as a monthly membership. First 10 people will be $50 a month first, and thereafter will be $100 a month for every person. I'm going to be setting up as a group. you know, where we're going to be doing Zoom calls or Discord calls and talking to each other, or Facebook group calls or whatever, to where we can just communicate and share ideas amongst each other to hopefully help us grow. And because I am spending a lot of time in other businesses, like, you know, real estate or fucking, I hate Shopify, but I was about to use that as an example. Any other businesses that I'll be doing will also be posted and talked about within the group or within a website format, to where I get to express and show the different things that I'm working on and different things that I'm thinking about, to where I can get some feedback and maybe get some ideas from you guys. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to meeting and talking to a bunch of you guys and working together. If you are interested in getting a membership, I'm going to put my Twitter, Instagram, and my Facebook in the description, and feel free to obviously message me for more information, and we could discuss how I'm going to set up the monthly membership. I'm not sure if I'm going to set it up through my own website, setting up through Patreon, or I won't want to say OnlyFans, but OnlyFans is another thing. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but I know that that is something I'm going to do. So for the first 10 people, it's $50 a month, and thereafter it will be $100 a month for the indicator. It's not even just one indicator. You're getting all of them. You're getting the sessions. You're getting Altura 1 and Altura 2 and Red Tails. Yeah, so looking forward to it. And definitely message me on either of those social medias to learn more. See you guys.
Bye, have a great time.
Niggas be asking me questions, right? I be asking niggas, why the fuck you asking me questions? So many questions, I understand it now, because I just sat down and I thought about it, and I said, damn. If I'm from the same corner another nigga from, and that nigga get up off that corner and start bringing in 100 big ones every motherfucker, I'm not talking about $100, nigga, I'm talking about 100 M's, nigga. A motherfucking, yeah, I got a lot of questions too, right? Supposed to have a motherfucking question, but niggas always act like they don't understand what's going on. I be telling niggas straight up, I give them the game, man, it's a gift. Here you go, baby, and you know what they do? They look at me like I'm trying to pull a fast one on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get to you right after I used it. Once I bang them one time, I hit a lick, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go do it if you can fucking keep your head together enough to get yourself in the position. But I mean, you want to play stupid, be stupid, stay broke. You know what I'm saying? That's my motto. You understand what I'm saying? For me, I'm going to take it in. I'm going to absorb everything that's going on and get what I can get. Ain't no school for this shit, stupid. Ain't no school for this shit. You got to be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. Now, the crazy shit is niggas that look like you doing something wrong. What I do wrong? If you can find a nigga that can tell you that I own something, find one nigga that can say, yo, that nigga 50 owe me something, or he won't call you boo-boo because he wanna act like he knew me before we actually got on and shit like that. If you can find a nigga that say I owe him something, word to my mother, I'll give him whatever you say I owe him, but because I can't remember a nigga doing nothing for me, nigga. Now motherfuckers say you crazy, nigga call me crazy, you know I be thinking when they say that? Niggas say I'm crazy, I be thinking, yep. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now. Feel what I'm saying? So later on y'all can check it out. I know y'all niggas be reading 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene. Now you're gonna read the 50th law. Cause I done got with Robert Greene to create the new shit for you to read, nigga. See what I'm saying, man? Yeah, nigga, come on, man. Don't play with me that shit. 33 Strategies of War, The Art of Seduction. Come on, man. All that shit come from the hood, B. It's a parallel between corporate America and the hood, and it's obvious. You see me winning, don't you? And fucking old timers is looking like, yo, that young boy, he took a page out of my book. But they ain't make all of that fucking money off it that I made off it. So what that make me? That make me a better version of them niggas. Real shit, man. Like, I mean, I don't even know what to say to niggas, man. I go to my hood and he's like, yo, what up? I be like, man, get the fuck out of here. I ain't talking to this nigga. What the fuck am I talking to this nigga for? You know what my grandfather told me? You don't get as far as the motherfuckers you talk to for no reason. You'll be successful as the motherfuckers that you talk to for no reason. What I mean is, If you spending your day talking to a nigga that ain't got nothing going on, what the fuck kind of information can he offer you? Can he help you learn something? Can he teach you something in the conversation? Leave me the fuck alone, man.
If you ain't talking money, change the conversation. Niggas know my name, ain't no force claiming. When I walk in the spot, niggas know we are. No, I ain't twirling, we showing them stars.